Marcellus, were Ryan's comments a big deal?
No, they weren't a big deal. I wasn't provoked to any place of emotional harm. I wasn't offended. I thought they were unprofessional. Thought they were unfortunate, and I think they were unnecessary for someone who has a public platform, especially in the context of calling games and trying to illustrate or convey that message to the fans. But that's it. I don't go into character assessments. I don't go into how deep these situations may present themselves in other forms and fashions of parts of his life. I'm just looking at it like, look, dude, there's a third rail. We all sit up here right now. Damn well we know there's some words, some things we shouldn't say. And sometimes we do off mic, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we do it in our own public or private settings. But he just hit the third rail. Come back, simply apologize like he did, move on.
I agree 100%. And it's unfortunate. It was a wrong, bad choice of words to not be able to get out in front of it and understand how it might be interpreted and how some people might be offended by it. When I look at a football game when I'm talking about anything related to football, my perspective is from a quarterback's perspective. When you guys look at it, it's from a defensive perspective, linebacker, defensive line, whatever it might be. That's what Tim was trying to do. He was saying, because he's a defensive lineman, he looks at football from that perspective and says, man, when I'm looking in there, it's hard to find that football. And here's a few reasons why it's kind of hard to see where that ball is. And he meant nothing by it, I'm sure. The apology was sincere. I think we should let this go and understand, all of us learn from it. Hey, just got to be a little bit smarter with the words we use and how we express ourselves. But I really don't believe there was any negative intent whatsoever. And it was just an unfortunate mistake.
I don't think it was a big deal because of where he did it. I come from the world of radio where shock value is what drives a lot of sports talk radio. We've all said some interesting things on radio. I look at these the things that he said, and I don't see any racial slurs pronounced in what he did. What I'm looking at when I listen to it and I look at the interview is I see someone who actually thought they gave a profound explanation as to why we can't. I honestly believe he thought that it was a drop the mic moment where it's like, listen, I know y'all can't figure out why Lamar Jackson is playing as well as he's playing right now, but I'm about to tell you, all right? Yeah. Here's the secret sauce that Lamar Jackson is using, and then he went into it and he dropped the mic. Once he realized that mic drop moment was kind of like, well, should I have said that? Then that's where you have the situation.
I'm going to disagree with you. I don't think he felt like he dropped the mic. I feel like he felt comfortable. Radio is just a more comfortable, loose conversation.
It is.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he was on some shock jock show where he was trying to be shocking. Again, we've all done radio. Radio, you tell a lot of things like that you would never say a lot of other places. And so it's that platform of radio that gets you comfortable. And again, I'm going to tell you why I don't think he dropped the mic is because when he said it, no one cared.
Nobody even cared.
No one. It didn't make news until the San Francisco Chronicle called the San Francisco 49ers. Hey, did you hear what Tim Ryan said? And then the San Francisco 49ers tried to be preemptive. We'll suspend him. And so the guy said it on Monday morning.
It's not the game broadcast.
And it's not until late last night that it becomes a big deal, and it's because of the suspension. When people heard it, they thought nothing of it. It's when you write it down and then you add Harry Edwards and all of his words out of his thesaurus and you turn it into this international incident, and now the next thing you know, it's on the front page of ESPN.com as the lead story. It was people actually heard it and had no response.
Yeah.
It's the news cycle. It's, this is clickbait worthy. And now the 49ers jump to suspend because that's always the default position. Let's punish someone quickly so we can't be blamed for this. I just wish we could get to the point where we can separate between stupid and harmful. Or, because again, I know I say a lot of stupid stuff.
We've all said a lot of stupid stuff, right? And I guarantee you that after he said that, he didn't even think twice about it, right? I mean, the next day when someone probably approached him with it and said, hey, we got a little bit of an issue here, we got to go back and address, he probably said, what's the big deal? I'm just talking about, there's nothing meant, no intention there whatsoever. But then you think about it, you reread it and say, okay, wait a minute. I can see how maybe I should apologize, get this
well,
over
no,
with.
I think he's apologizing to keep his job. What? There's no one offended. I'm just sorry.
Well, you know what's funny? Like, I'm with LaVar.
Dr. Harry Edwards is.
No, he's not.
Come on, Dr. Harry Edwards. Look, I'm with LaVar. Like, this is a class 2 misdemeanor. Like, it's not like nothing happened. Because let's just be real. When you sit up here and you use the term dark skin, you're already on some alert. Like, if we had a heart rate monitor on somebody, it went up a beat or two.
Hold on.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Just let's be clear.
Yeah.
When a white guy says dark skin, because we crack some dark skin jokes on this show.
I'm talking about me too. Look, anytime I go into color, race, anything, I'm knowing like, all right, it's some landmines out here, but I respect that. Here's the thing. This is like the Peloton ad that's going on right now. Everybody all upset about. And I'm like, there's always someone who's going to have their feelings hurt in everything you do. But we need to respect that language is fluid. And you used to walk around and be able to say stewardess and then now it's flight attendant, secretary, it's executive assistant. You got to know how this thing is moving, brother. And look, it is a slight misdemeanor to say dark skin when you're not even of that color. And even if you are, you better deeply describe it.
Let me add to this and start by saying...
Go ahead, dark skin, my dark skin brother.
My dark skin brother. Thank you, my light skin brother.
I dare you to say it, Beuerlein. It's a wrap.
I don't know if I can say it over the table. What you say, Steve? I always wanted to get you. Hey, listen.
I dare you.
It's the interesting thing about this to me is we say stupid stuff. Let's be real here. We're saying this is a fearless show. Yeah. Let's be real. It's not stupid. It's native tongue. All right? When you're speaking your native language versus speaking public, PC, politically correct language, we can label saying, okay, this is how I speak when I'm speaking to my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, my homie, my cousins, my friends, right? And this is how I speak when I'm in a business setting. What you say is not stupid. It's just a language that you're comfortable using because you're around people that you're safe saying it with. They speak the same language as you. So it doesn't make it stupid when you sit there and you say, you know what, I'm in my home. And I'm with my brother, and we're sitting there talking about, you know why you can't stop Lamar? He probably was sitting at home with his own. You know why they can't stop that Lamar Jackson? His arms is too dark. Think about that next point, you just can't get to him, right?
Is that your phone or is that your left hand?
You are dumb. Stupid. You trying to say his filter didn't catch everything.
His filter went to sleep.
Faulted.
It went into hibernation.
I do want to make this, because one, I want to play the sound. Richard Sherman was asked about this, but before that, the other thing, if he had said this on a game broadcast,
it's over.
I would get it. That's why I think platform matters. If he had been calling the game and had been trying to say, Lamar's having this success, he's dark-skinned and no one can see the ball. We'd be having a different conversation.
Turn the channel.
But that's Howard Stern versus Troy Aikman, right?
Right. But again, I would be sitting here going, hey, man, they need to remove this dude. He doesn't need to call games. I would legitimately say that because it's that level of stupid. But on a morning radio show, loose conversation, platforms matter. I crack jokes here that I would never crack in church or in front of my mother. But Richard Sherman, I was glad to hear this or see this. They asked Richard Sherman about it, 49ers defensive back. They played, obviously, Baltimore. Here's what Richard Sherman had to say. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.